Welcome back to ADBN News at 7. Now, the rest of the news. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno has unveiled plans to establish state secondary boarding schools in each of the 3 senatorial districts of the state to provide equal access to quality education for students across the state. Speaking during the February 2025 edition of the Government House Monthly Covenant Service at the Banquet Hall, Government House, Uyo, Pastor Eno disclosed that a monitoring committee would be set up to oversee implementation and supervision. ADBN Government House correspondent Mary Onyemechi completes the report.
With education as an important component of his administration's Arise agenda, the governor again emphasized his desire to see the sector thrive in the state. Through this initiative, Pastor Eno believes the state is well on its way to accomplishing the education dreams of the founding fathers of the state. The caveat, however, is that parents will be required to pay a prescribed fee to cover the cost of feeding their children, and proof of payment will be required for students to be admitted in the hostels.
But then admission will be by a central way that all our children will be gathered in a room. They take exams, and then the exams and scripts are marked by computer, and let the best child go there. You send us a draft before they resume for their feeding. Then we set up a PTA that is strong to be able to monitor them. Then we have a committee that will do that. This is not State Secondary School Board. Don't look at me funny. This is Governor Umo delivery team.
The governor declared February 6, 2025 as a special day to recognize and reward the winners of the Arise Home Garden Initiative, a program he described as a strategy to combat food insecurity in the state. He further called on residents to work together to drive the development of the state, with the goal of making it a destination for foreign investors, which in turn will grow the state's economy.
What are we trying to do? We are trying to encourage all of us to have home garden, and it's working. You cannot be complaining that pepper is expensive. It's funny. Okra is expensive. Pumpkin leaf is expensive. No. People have applied. We've shortlisted 50. We have done our screening, and on that same day, our female youths, 400 of them, we have finished their screening, and that day each of them will get their 750,000 naira each, so that they can go and do their shop and have their trade.
In his message on the theme, Mountain Conquering Grace, taken from Zechariah 4 verses 7, Bishop Mike Edwok urged the nation to come together in prayer, seeking divine grace to overcome the challenges that lie ahead, not just for the state, but for its leaders as well.
I place a demand on God to grant the priests to be clothed with salvation, to also grant Akwa Ibom State to be clothed with salvation. Salvation I'm talking about is God himself expressing himself in us. It was the biggest mystery of godliness that God became man. God is with you. If God called you, you have passed through series of mountains that could have stopped you. But because of the word of God, none has stopped you, and none will stop you.
Mary Onyemechi, ADBN News.